All right, this is part two. Sorry, someone was calling me. It was my stepdad. And Wolfgang back called me too. I talked to him for a good like 2-3 minutes, right? Yeah. Get paid this Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're coming to water. Oh, yeah, it will. So ours just will blow hot water. Yeah. Hollywood on steroids, man. It's the new Hollywood, yeah. Yeah. So all those big aces had a blast working on your movie. Yeah, like they know the whole world's buzzing about the movie, the Great Escape movie. So they feel on top of the world. They're trending now on X. The whole world's tuning into their social media. They're gonna be posting videos like, "Hey, I got my script," and they're gonna be posting a bunch of stuff, man, on their social media. And the whole world's tuning into that, and they're trending and they're world famous. They got paid all that money, more than what they make in Hollywood, and their famous movie stars and being featured in the magazine and everything, and the posters and everything. They're having a blast. That's why they're gonna beg, obviously, because they know it's also work for me. Their career feels like it means something. Their career feels like it's worth a lot when they're in my movie because of the main event with they're part of the main event being VJ. When they go back to Hollywood, they know they're gonna be the side attention, obviously. They're not the main event in Hollywood. Carson Sarah. They're not the main event in Hollywood. There they go. They're not the main event in Hollywood. Those guys. That's just the truth, right? They're not. Yeah. Yeah, even though I even opened more doors for me in Hollywood, I can sell my movies a bit better now. Hollywood can pay me more money. Like, Hollywood can't afford to pay me the money that Ivan paid me. Yeah, but Affleck and Matt Damon are not going to get $130 million offers in Hollywood. Not, man. They're going to get like their 15, 20, 25, 30 if they're lucky. And that's it. That's how much money they're going to make, obviously. 25, 22, 21 million, 18 million, 15 million for the movies. A lot of money, but it's not the money I paid them for my movie, right? Yeah, I paid them with money. They don't make that kind of money in Hollywood, right? Those guys, right? Yeah. That's why I think it's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair. Like, you get us out of Hollywood, you pay us all this money, more than how we get you face movies, we travel with you and everything. Then after you do the movie, you ditch us, and you do your next movie, and then we go back to Hollywood being the side tension. It's not fair. Yeah, they don't want to go back to Hollywood. They're gonna be the side. Their careers is side tension. That's why they feel like shit. They're gonna beg, obviously. They want to be safe. They want to get behind. Yeah, man. That's how crazy it is, man. I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for the romance story with Cage Adams and that. You crazy people. Yeah, you're not good for the movie, guys. But they're gonna beg me. All right, I want to be in that romance story. I'm like, guys, you're not good for the movie. You're not good for the movie at all. They're gonna beg, obviously. I'm like, no, guys. But their agent will tell them, guys, beg your ass off. Why we should resign you? His company blows out the water. This is your ticket out. Yeah, beg. I will beg. Think about this. Hollywood threw Matt Damon, Keanu Reeves, and Ben Affleck and Scott Johansson all these lucrative offers after filming is done. They're interested, obviously, but they're even then their agents still tell them to beg because they know my company blows out the water. I can easily pay them more. Yeah. Yeah, Hollywood will only offer them like 15, $20 million deals. So I even signed them to their 100 plus million deal. Keanu Reeves is 200 plus million deal. They don't make that in Hollywood, those guys. They know in Hollywood they're gonna go back to making their 15, 10, $20 million in Hollywood. All those guys, right? That's how much they're gonna make in Hollywood. Because Hollywood doesn't have the deep pockets that movies have. We have more money than Hollywood, obviously. In terms of cash, right? Liquidation cash. I think we should have more money, bigger pockets than Hollywood. Yeah, especially after we finished Zanus, me and VJ just made like I don't know, $50 billion off the Zanus brand. $50 billion off the Zanus brand. Me and VJ made. We have deeper pockets in Hollywood. Yeah, we're making the greatest every $800 pocket change. We have bigger pockets. Me and VJ. We can pay the actors more. What they're making in Hollywood, obviously. That's what I'm saying. That's why the Hollywood companies feel like shit when they offer the actors more money, contracts, lucrative offers. Yeah, sorry guys, we can't compete with Skysource. This is how much we can pay you guys. 20 million. We can give you maybe 50 million of the points. They just can't compete with my company. Yeah, I can easily pay us more. Yeah, they know I can easily pay them more. What they're making in Hollywood, obviously. Those guys, I'm sorry. They know I can easily pay them more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even if Von Jose and John May go back, oh yeah, they will. I just up what you want to, as even said, Ariana Grande and Yum and Dad, Andy Circus, all in the bag, man. It's like Garment Hollywood. And they don't make that kind of money now, those guys. Yeah, John knows like needs to sign his 34 million deal for the Great Escape. A bit more. 30 plus million deal for the Great Escape, John May. Von Jose knows I can sign his 20 million plus deal for the Great Escape. Andy Circus and all those guys knows I can sign him to a 30 plus million dollar deal for the Great Escape. I just other knows I can sign to his 50 million deal for the Great Escape. I can pay these guys a lot more money than what they're making Hollywood, obviously. That's why they're all begging, obviously, after Xanis. Like, no, guys, you're not good for the Great Escape Reeves. You can't be selfish, guys, right? They don't care about the other Hollywood actors, those guys, right? Yeah, we don't care about the other Hollywood actors, either. Just fucking be sign us. I'm like, no, guys, you guys are crazy. I'm not gonna have the same actors around with you crazy people. Yeah, you're not good for the movie, guys. They don't care. They're desperate. They're desperate. Yeah, they're very desperate, obviously. That's why they're begging, obviously. I'm like, Ivan, please, man, I don't want to go back to Hollywood, Ivan. Please, I want to work for you. Like, your comedy goes out of the water. I don't want to go back there, Ivan. I want to work for you, Ivan. I know, guys, but you're not good for the next movie. Keanu Reeves, I'm sorry. You're not good. Yeah. You're not good for the next movie with Keanu Reeves. I'm sorry. You're not good. I want you to write The Great Escape. A secret agent movie is it's tough to write. Like, I'm not saying I can't write it. I can, but with the secret agent world, you have to use all these big words and everything. I'd rather just have Jonathan Nolan and David S. Goyer write it, but I'll write the outline of the 3 act structure for the screenplay. But they have to write it, not consult for it. I'm not writing it. After saying this, I'm never writing another movie script again. Obviously, I'll just hire Hollywood writers to write it. Yeah, I'll be consulting, give them ideas, helping them out, but I'm not writing it. Obviously, they might tell me argument like you have the whole story plan in your mind. You like, why don't you write it? I'm like, no, guys, you're writing it. I want you guys to write it. David S. Goyer and John Nolan, you guys have to write it. They wrote The Dark Knight. I want them writing the script. And they end up writing an amazing script, obviously. You want a 4-hour movie? Yeah, have it be a 4-hour movie. So you give these guys their time to shine in the movie, obviously. Yeah. So as I'm paying them a lot of money, you gotta give these guys their time to shine. Even though me and these are leads, give the supporting characters their time to shine, obviously. Whereas the minor characters, you don't have to give them that much scenes, obviously, because I'm paying them like 300, 400K. Those guys don't have much scenes, but the supporting characters, the leads, they have a lot of scenes, obviously, in the movie, right? Yeah. Looks like guys, I'm gonna go outside and have my smoke. I don't want to smoke too much. I don't want to get caught, guys. Right? I'm gonna have a smoke. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Only a second. guys for a long wait. What else I got smoke? Why'd you go outside? I don't want to get caught. Because I'm scared if I get caught another time, he's gonna take my laptop and everything. So yeah. That's why Scotts will blow a hot water, obviously. Independent film studio in Canada, the Canadian film studio, but it's better than like Paramount, Warner Bros. And Disney, man. It's the biggest film studio in the world. Obviously. As I'm putting out a $3 billion budget for Zanus, $800 million for the Great Escape. Hollywood can't afford that, man. They'll lose their money, man. Hollywood peaks at 350. The James Bond movies and Mission Impossible movies were made for $200, $250, $300 million. So think of a movie better quality than those movies. Yeah. Think like James Bond and Mission Impossible on steroids, John Wick on steroids for The Great Escape. Looking at amazing, like the car chase scenes are going to be highly entertaining, jumping off the buildings, all that stuff. I have an idea when Matt Damon and his wife escaped me and VJ, there's a car chase, we get in the car, obviously, and then like me and VJ are in the front, they're in the back, and VJ's driving, I'm driving, and you have these creepy guys with masks coming out there, they're looking at an amazing car chase. You know what I'm saying? Matt Damon and his wife take their gun, they peek out the window and they shoot the car, looking at a sick movie. Jumping off buildings, you know, like Transformers 3, yeah, you have crazy like scenes like that where we jump off buildings and everything. Something fucking, you're looking at a sick movie. Constant entertainment, you're looking at an amazing movie, man. But Matt Damon's wife eventually get killed towards near the end of the movie. Though you give Matt Damon his time to shine in the movie, obviously, but he gets killed with his wife. And me and VJ are like an hour, like 50 minutes after the movie, me and VJ are the last ones left. Obviously. Yeah. So the first like 2 hours and 45 minutes, Matt Damon and his wife will have their time to shine. Around the 2 hour, 45 minute mark, around there, maybe he gets killed, and then me and VJ are the last couple remaining, obviously. And we're badass fighters, and the hitmen come after us are badass fighters too. Picture Born Identity, how Matt Damon was a badass fighter, and you have the hitmen who were badass fighters. Yeah, I think something like that for The Great Escape. All the hitmen are all badass fighters too, man. But me, VJ, and Matt Damon are badass fighters too, because we train in the company. We're badass secret agents. Yeah, sick movie, man. That's why the movie had crazy white buzz. Yeah. Not as crazy as Zay's, will be close though. The buzz of The Great Escape will be crazy, man. Because I have big A-list actors in my movie. It's gonna build more buzz for the movie, obviously. Oh my god, like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Keanu Reeves are in the movie. Holy shit, I can't wait to watch this movie. Yeah, it's crazy. Paul Bettany, Brie Larson. But the small A-listers don't build as much buzz. They build a little bit of buzz. Quite a bit of buzz, but the bigger A's are the ones who build like quite a bit of hype and buzz. Obviously, that's why they get paid more. The small A's help build the buzz too, but not the way the bigger A's build it. And the biggest actors no one really cares about. That's why I don't pay them as much. Don't hate me, guys. I'm saying, yeah. As I told you, when I watched The Rip, I didn't really care about Steven Yeun and those women B-list actors and the Chandler guy. I didn't really care about those guys. All I cared about was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck when I watched the movie. They stole the show. I didn't really care about the other guys, right? That's why these actors are not worth that much, because no one really cares about them. They don't have that much value. They have a little bit of value in terms of they're talented actors, but they don't have much value compared to the other guys. That's why I don't pay them as much. But they still sign like $9 and $10 million deals for their combined earnings. Money they don't make now. That's a fat paycheck for those guys, man. They're still walking away with millions in their bank, like $3 million, $3.5 million in their bank. They're walking away with a lot of money, man. They don't make that money, those guys. They make like $800 million, $500K for their shows. There is exceptions where some guys make 2, 3 for television, but most of these actors make under like 1 million for their movies, obviously. And sometimes they can get maybe 2, 3, even 4 million. There's context, obviously. But there is context. There are some A-list actors who also do television. There's context, obviously. But most of the television star actors are B-list actors, but there are some A-list actors who also do television. Like Henry Cavill, The Witcher, Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. Like, those are A-list actors, obviously. We're doing television, but most A-list actors don't do television. Most A-list actors do film, big budget movie films, obviously. And most of the actors doing television are B-list actors. Yeah. That's why they don't get paid as much. No one really cares about those guys, right? Don't hate me, guys, I'm saying, yeah. Yeah, but some agents might be cocky and push for a $10 million salary for me as actor. I'm like, no, man, these guys are not worth that, man. I'm not having these guys dupe me No, they get like 2.5, 3. I can pay the guy 3.5, or the woman 3.5. I'm not paying them 8, 9, 10. They're not worth that. And the beast actors know it, man. They're not worth that money. They're not worth it. Like, oh, yeah. $10 million is how much the A-list actors are worth. The small A-listers are worth, not the B-list actors. B-list actors are not worth that. I'm not only higher than $4.9 million for a B-list actor. That's enough for the movie, right? They don't get any more than that. There you go. Don't hate them. Yeah. So you have to balance. Yeah, you have to balance A-listers with some B-listers. That way they don't affect your salary cap. I can't afford to have all A-listers as my supporting character. Otherwise, they're gonna drain my budget, man. Yeah, why? You can put more money into the budget. Yes, I can, but I don't feel like putting any more money into the budget. I'm not gonna have those guys do me, man. Like, you have to balance A-listers with B-list actors. Have maybe 3 spot holders for B-list actors. That way you have your balance. Because the B-list actors don't affect my cap at all. Because they're cheaper. They're glad to move for $2.3 million. Because the A-listers are the ones who affect my cap. You have to pay them their 9, their 10, their 11, their 12, their 13, their 14, their 20, their 22, their 25, 27. They affect my cap more, obviously. So you have to be careful with your budget, obviously. That's why the agents won't really push for more money for the front end. They're going to try and get the back end money because they know the back end money is unlimited and it's billions in profit. The agents want a bigger cut of that. Whereas the front end money, they don't. I'm limited. Yeah, we know Ivan's limited. Yeah, I'm limited with the front end money. Like what I'm paying the AS actors, that's what I can afford. I can't even pay them any more than that. Otherwise, they're going to affect the budget because I have to pay the crewmen too, man. The crewmen are important. They have to get paid their 150K. Yeah, gotta be careful, obviously. Obviously. My guys, I can't overpay these guys for the front end. I have to create room to pay the crewmen guys. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, I gotta pay the crew too, man. They have to get paid too, guys. Not just about you guys. That's what I'm saying, huh? Yeah. 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 So the agents want a bigger paycheck. Yeah, duh. They want a bigger paycheck. That's why they're pushing for money. Obviously, because most agents in Hollywood make like the ones who represent the biggest actors make shitty money. Obviously, the agents who represent the biggest actors make like their 60,000, 100,000, 120,000, 200,000 off the biggest actors. The agents who represent the biggest actors. And the ones who represent the bigger the A-list actors, they make like their 600,000, 400,000, 300,000, 500,000, a million, million, 2 million, 3 million off the actors. No, that's how much they make the agents. So they only take 10%. But for my movie, they're making a bit more, like 4 plus 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million. They want to make 10 a bit more. That's why they're pushing for money. They want a bigger paycheck, obviously, the agents. Because they're greedy. I'm like, no, guys, I'm not going to overpay you guys haven't duped me. This deal's good enough. I'm not going to have you guys dupe me, man. You can't be selfish and greedy, right? Yeah. It's a deal, Ivan. That's a good deal for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I mean, sign that contract, obviously. I take them out to dinner, obviously, right? It's a deal, Ivan. They sign that contract, yeah. No, except my deal, they don't make that in Hollywood, right? Duh. Yeah. You guys have seen the documentary. Holy shit, man. Like, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Keanu Reeves signed the mega deals. Matt Scarlett Johansson, they signed the mega deals that they did. Brie Larson, John Krasinski, Paul Bettany, they signed the mega deals. Javier Bardem signed like a $700,000 deal. He's not making that much money. But he's a minor character hitman. So I'll pay him like $700K for the movie. That's good enough for him. That's good side money for him, right? Yeah. Before I thought paying him he's ripping you off. He's a minor character. Pay him under $1 million. Pay him $700K for the role. I have to watch my budget too. $700K is a good deal for Javier Bardem. But he doesn't get speaking money because he's a minor character. He's not featured on the magazines, obviously. But I can give him merch money. No, he doesn't get merch money either because he's a minor character. Minor characters don't get shit. They just get their flat salary and a $2,000 gift card, and that's it. They don't get the other money, obviously, because they're not featured. They're minor characters. Only the stars get the other deals, right? So really, yeah, that's a good paycheck for me. A minor character, a nice $700 check is a good paycheck for me, Ivan. Yeah, it's a good paycheck for Harry Barter for being a minor character, right? A minor hitman guy, yeah. Pay him $700K. It's a good deal for Harry Barter, right? Yeah, the other hitmen in the movie who are minor characters, you can pay them $100K for the movie. $100,000 salary, that's a good paycheck for those guys. The minor characters who are chasing us and everything, pay them $120K for the movie. That's a good paycheck for them. I'm not paying anymore. I'm not having you guys do me, right? Yeah. I have to watch my budget. Yeah. Guys, I'm Sarah. Almost done the video, guys. I'll talk for 40 minutes. I'm done. Yeah. Yeah. Are you just gonna give Ben Affleck and Keanu Reeves a part? No, they got to fight for the job. I'm gonna have Keanu Reeves compete with Tom Cruise. Have Matt Damon compete with Robert. Have Ben Affleck compete with Robert Downey Jr. And have Denzel Washington read for the part 2 with the Big Boss. And I'm gonna have Matt Damon compete with other actors too for their role. But they're my first choice. Chances are they are chosen, but I'm gonna have to compete. You have to give other actors a Hollywood opportunity to be my movie. And Scarlett Johansson will have her compete with other women actors too, other A-list women actors too. Obviously, you have to give everyone an opportunity to be in your movie. Obviously, yeah. But Tom Cruise is more expensive than Keanu Reeves. I have to pay him way more money, like a $300 million deal. Yeah, Tom Cruise, right? But Tom Cruise, because he's worth $600 million, he's the exception where I can pay him his 200 plus million to like 30 million of the film profits for Tom Cruise. But I'm not going to go any higher than 230 million for Tom Cruise. I what about 300? I'm like, nah, man, Tom's not worth it. Ivan, this is Tom Cruise. You know how big this guy is? My guys, he may be big and hall, but in my movie, he's not a main event. I'm not going to overpay him. Dude, this is enough. He sounded like a 300 something million dollar deal. That's not money for Tom Cruise. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. And Robert Downey Jr. I'll sign him to like the Keanu Reeves deal. He's worth 300 million now. By then, he'll be worth 350, even 400 million. So you can pay him like 150 million the film profits and 47 million like Keanu Reeves. 13 million for the game and like 13 million for the merch profit. That's a good deal for him. He gets a 7, 5, 6, 7 speaking. Sign at 212, 220 deal. It's a good deal for Robert Jr. He doesn't make that. That's more than what he made for Avengers. It's a good deal for Robert Jr., right? But Robert's a greedy pig guy. He might want 200. I'm like, Robert, you're not worth it. I can pay you 150, but I'm not paying you more than 150. I'm not gonna have you guys do it, man. This is enough. You don't make this enough, guys. He's like, it's a deal, Ivan. This is more than what I made for Avengers. Yeah, Robert, this is more than what you made for Avengers. I'm paying you more than what you make in Hollywood, right? Yeah, it's a good deal. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, he signs that contract, yeah. But chances are those actors for the greatest game are the chosen ones. They're my first choice, right? Like, I think Ben Affleck is better for the Big Boss than Robert. Robert Jr. is actually really good for the Big Boss, but I think Ben Affleck is better, obviously. And I don't think anyone's better for the main villain than Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves is even better than the villain than Tom Cruise, because he has that look, obviously, as like John Wick, right? That mysterious look, right? Yeah. And Chaz Leslie's biased. They'll tell me, Ivan, go for Keanu Reeves over Tom Cruise. They'll tell me that. He's biased, obviously. I work with Keanu Reeves on John Wick and The Matrix. Choose Keanu Reeves, Ivan. I end up choosing Keanu Reeves for the movie. Or I might choose Tom Cruise. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Sarah. But Tom Cruise, if I don't choose him for The Great Escape, I might choose him for the Hidden Vampire movie. I might choose Tom Cruise. So you can have him be Leonardo DiCaprio. You can even have Brad Pitt in your movie. Those guys will all be old, but you can pay those guys their $200 million. But if I have Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, they're gonna cost me a lot of money, man. Obviously. Like, I have to sign all those guys to like Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. I have to sign those guys to their $200 million deal. Obviously, they're gonna affect my budget. I can afford it. I'll put my money into the budget, and then Tom Cruise, you have to pay him his money too. But the royalties I can afford. The royalties is not a big deal because it's unlimited. It's in the billions. I can easily afford to pay them their big royalty check. But it's the front end money that they're affecting, obviously. So I might have to put more money to the movie. In that movie, the Western Actor I can make for maybe $850, a bit more to create more room to pay Leonardo DiCaprio and perhaps Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt for the movie, obviously, right? Those guys will all be old. They'll be like in their 80s, pushing 80. They're going to be old, but it doesn't hurt to save them. You could save them for the movie before they grow up and pass away, right? They can be movie stars in your movie, obviously. But can they handle the work when they're that old? I don't know, but they should. They'll be fine, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio is only worth, I think, 200 something million. He's not as big as Keanu Reeves, but by then he might be worth like 350 plus million. You're looking at like 20 plus years from now, so you can sign him to the Keanu Reeves deal, obviously. But if he's worth under 300, I'll pay Leonardo DiCaprio a little bit less. Maybe a 42 million base. You can give him 120 million to royalties instead of 150. Obviously, he's still getting paid. He still sound like a 180 million deal. It's a huge deal for Leonardo DiCaprio. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. That's what my Connie will tell the water, yeah. And Shia LaBeouf sound like a 50-something million deal. If he's a smaller age, so by then, which he might be, right? Yeah. Shia LaBeouf will probably be worth about 45, 50 million by the time I do him that movie. You pay him his 15.9, you pay him 15.9, and you give him like 26 million of royalties. And with his game money, he signed like a 45, almost 50 million, 45, almost 50 million deal. Shia LaBeouf. 48 million deal. It's a huge deal. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. I mean, it's like his 5, 10 in Hollywood, Shia LaBeouf, right? He made 5 and 10 for Transformers. And that's it. I'm paying him more than money he makes in Hollywood right now. Alright, does it come with perks? Yes, guys, it comes with perks. I pay you all this money and it comes with perks, guys. It comes with the perks. Yeah. Some sour. That's my kind of block of water, man. Amen. It'll blow out the water. And they're all gonna beg, man. Isn't it crazy? Yeah. Well, every actor really beg. Oh yeah, every actor will beg. They're all gonna beg. Even the minor characters are gonna beg. They're gonna beg, obviously. Yeah. They're all gonna beg, man. Because they were saved. They don't want to be left behind, man. And my company blows out the water. These actors don't make this money in Hollywood. They don't make that kind of money. I told you, A-list actors in Hollywood make like 10, 15, 20. Sometimes they make 25, even 30, even 40 million. But they don't make the kind of money I'm paying them for my movie. Like for my movie, the A-listers are making like a lot more money. Because I'm giving them nice royalty checks for the movie, right? They don't make in Hollywood. Yeah. But how does it work for the royalties for the A-list actors? If the guy is worth like under 100, like they're 70 to like $95 million, those guys will get mostly likely 27 to that like 33, 34 million range in royalties, which is still a lot of money. But the bigger guys make more. And if the guy's worth 100 to maybe 130, those guys can make their 38, 37, 45, 50, 45, 47 million. 50 even, 55 even, obviously. The guys who are worth 150, 160, 170, those guys can make their 50, 60, 70, even 80, 50, 60, 70, 75 million, 77 million around those guys. Guys worth 170 plus, those guys can make their 70, 68, 75, 80, 83. Guys worth 200, they can make their 78, 85, 90, 95. Obviously. The guys worth 250, those guys can make their 90, 95, 100, 115, even 117. And the guys who were 300 plus, they can make their 100 plus, 98, 100, 115, 120, 125. If the guy is a bit bigger, close worth to 400 million, those guys can make their 100 plus, 115, 120, 125, 130, 140, 150. You guys, I'm sorry. If the guys really be like Tom Cruise and Dwayne Johnson, those guys are exceptional where you pay them even more. They're 200, 230, even 300, 330 million dollars of their foot profit. That's how it works. That's the structure for the payment system, obviously, right? Yeah. But the front end money, I am limited with how much I can pay the actors because I have to follow a strict budget and I have to pay the crewmen and create room to pay the crewmen. But for the back end money, it's unlimited. So even if I have like 4 big A-listers in my movie, I can afford to give all those guys big royalty checks. It's not affecting me, BJ's profits. As me and BJ are going to be doing billions in profits. So I can afford to pay like 4 or 5 big A-listers like nice big royalty checks for the film profits. They also get money royalty checks for the merch. But for the merch, I'm not giving them that much. I'm giving them a little bit of it. I don't want these guys duping me. Obviously, because I'm already paying them a lot of money for the film profits. That's why for the game money, they just get their base. I'm not giving them royalties for the game. And for the merch, they get money, but not like $100 million. No, they'll get like maybe their 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $14 million. And with Dwayne Johnson and Tom Cruise, they can get like 27 million, 25, 27 million. But because the agents agree, they might push for 50 million for the game and like 40 million for the merch. I'm like, yes, that's when I smell blood in the water. You guys are getting greedy. I'm not going to overpay these guys and have them do me. I'm already paying them enough. They don't make this now, guys. You do that, Ivan, these Hollywood actors are ripping you off, man. You're overpaying them. They're not the main event. Don't have those guys dupe you, Ivan. No, I'm saying, yeah. They're not the main event. Don't have those guys dupe you, Ivan. They're not the main event, those guys. I'm sorry. That's what Hollywood. That's why guys will blow out the water. Anyways, guys, this is video. I enjoy the show. I got peace. Peace out, guys. Don't hate him. Peace. Hope guys enjoy the show. Bye, Romero.